What's up, everybody? This is Greg with Advanced Weekday with relevant topics and training. And today we have a very special carrier training. I have with me Mr. Zach Shorter, the National Marketing Advisor for UHO. Zach, how you doing, brother?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on board and
Absolutely.
talk to us. So,
Absolutely. My pleasure.
you know what? I'm going to just give you the reins, Zach. I'm going to let you take over and, you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about the company, the products you got, and why you just want to, write business with UHL.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much, Greg. I'm going to share my screen here and bring up my presentation, or at least the slides that you'll be able to take a look at as I am speaking. So again, thank you very much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Being with UFFL, I've been with the company for 13 years, so I've had plenty of experience in the simplified issue non-med market. So I'm very familiar with it and have a good background with the company. So that's basically what we do. That's what we are known for, and those are the products that we offer. They're simplified issue non-med. So it makes it really easy. That is the whole point of our product line, is to get it in and out as quickly as possible while still doing due diligence and keeping everything in good order on all sides of the insurance business. But with products, we have whole life, anywhere from and I'll provide information on all five, but we have 5 different products where you can qualify for something like the provider, which is for someone who'd be in very good health condition, all the way down to a true guaranteed issue whole life product that you do not need to answer any health questions. And so you have quite a lot of opportunity and options to provide to your clients with our company when it comes to whole life. We have 4 different term plans that offer a lot of good opportunities there when it comes to return of premium, as well as one that is available for clients like insulin-dependent diabetics, those who may have been declined or postponed or may be in disability. There are opportunities for immediate death benefit term with our company. And then we do have a pretty cool accidental death product. It's a great second sale opportunity, but also a good lead as well, depending on the type of client that you're presenting to. After that, we will discuss our Winter Circle incentive trip, and then I will also discuss a couple really cool things, a few updates that we have on a few of the projects that we've been working on this year. So I will save that information till the end. I'll try not to spoil anything, but I'll probably will, as I go through all this. I always do, but here's a kind of a high level view of our whole life portfolio. As I mentioned, you have our provider that's going to be for clients, that's going to be for those who are in really, really good health condition. We have the 4 final expense products: the Express Issue Premier, the Deluxe, the Express Issue Whole Life, and the Guaranteed Issue Whole Life. And the way I have those listed is kind of in the order of how much risk is involved. So with the Express Issue Premier, you're looking at someone who's going to be possibly diagnosed with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or type 2 diabetes, where they're able to manage it without insulin. The Express Issue Deluxe would be, and these are 2-year look backs for both of these, the Premier and Deluxe. But with the Deluxe, you're looking at a little bit more risk. So you're looking at insulin-dependent diabetics, regardless of A1C number, regardless of when they were originally diagnosed or when they started needing insulin injections. We don't ask about that. It's just a matter of, have you been diagnosed? Are you okay? Is it manageable? That sort of thing. The Express Issue Whole Life, it is our first of the great death benefit products that we have. 2 years. It allows for those who have been diagnosed with dementia or ALS, a lot of major health conditions that you typically would think, I don't know if I can get them placed with anybody other than a guaranteed issue type product. Take a look at that. On top of the opportunities you have with the Deluxe, for diabetics, as well as the the flexibility and freedom of the express issue premier. This is a nice way to supplement, to be able to round out an entire portfolio. And then you have our guaranteed issue whole life, which kind of is the icing on the cake, where if you are presenting them whole life products, and that is the last resort, you at least have that there. So
what's the maximum for the guaranteed issue?
Sure, it is a maximum of 25,000.
Okay.
So the face amounts range anywhere from 2,000 to 150,000. 150 for the provider, 100 for the premier, 50 for the deluxe, and then 25K for both the express issue whole life and guaranteed issue whole life. I know I went through that real quickly, but naturally, I always say that if you have any questions, you want to take a look at stuff, our agent guides are where the best places to find the information, because we do try to present a lot of detailed information while simplifying it and not making your head explode. That's, nobody wants that, and we try to make it digestible for sure.
Absolutely. So for the express issue products, how long does the underwriting in the background take? Is it something that you'd find out by the time you get done with the application, or is it?
Sure. And so here we go. I'm going to already spoil one of the things, just because it makes sense to talk about.
Because I asked the right question.
Did you ask the right question? You always ask the right questions. Keep asking, and you'll find out which ones are the right questions. But we right now are 2 to 3 business days from the time that we get the application. However, we are working on instant decision, point of sale underwriting. So even though I am spoiling the topic, but I'll provide more information, more detailed information for that later on. So we are working on a platform to be able to do just that, be able to issue a policy, or not necessarily issue the policy, approve while you're there with your client while you're applying, and then within a few minutes, up to, I think it's 10 minutes up to maybe an hour, it'll be issued and ready to go. Just that kind of 10 minutes to an hour. So it'll speed things up much, to the point where it'll be able to keep up with today's life insurance agent for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So that is our whole life portfolio, a lot of different options. So definitely take a look if you have questions, you need more details, definitely take a look at the agent guide.
Okay.
For term life, we have, like I said, 4 different products. We have, and just the easiest way to kind of tell which one's which is, it makes it really easy with the numbers and the titles. It makes it easy to know how long they are. And then if they have return of premium, it'll say in the title, and if it doesn't, it won't. I always have agents ask me, how do I know which one's which, and what product does this and what product does that? It's always, how long is the initial period, and does it have ROP? So that's the easiest way to explain it, to kind of have it make sense. But face amounts can range anywhere from 25,000 all the way up to potentially 300,000, depending on the product, and that will mostly be for the basically everything except for the DLX. That is a maximum of 50,000, but the other 3 term products that we have the potential of going up to 300,000. And you're looking at clients, even for, I should say for the DLX, you're looking at the diabetics who are insulin dependent diabetic, those who may be diagnosed with bipolar disorder or schizophrenia.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they can potentially get day 1 coverage on the term side. And then for the other 3, it's the same underwriting criteria. It's a 5-year look back for the term, and you're looking at the high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetics that can manage it without insulin. So in pretty good health condition. So while we don't have as many choices on the term life side, we definitely have some choices that others may not have. So definitely take a look here on the term side. And then For the accidental death, it's a great second sale opportunity. There's only one question that has absolutely nothing to do with health. This wants to know if you're doing crazy things or not. And by crazy things, obviously that's always relative, but we're looking basically at being at like on the bomb squad or handling, for those who are chemists or, those who are handling, viruses of some sort, obviously they're not going to be okay, but
Yeah.
you do have a lot of flexibility when it comes to firefighters, police officers, municipal and local only. Federal, unfortunately, don't qualify. But construction workers, you have your semi drivers.
Mm-hmm.
You have opportunities to be able to offer inexpensive accidental death coverage to those in that line of work. But you can also say, hey, if you're not in the greatest health and you can only qualify for guaranteed issue, or you can only qualify express issue life, not as much as you would like, this is a great way to be able to offer more coverage without having to pay much at all. And it has two no cost included features in that the face amount will double over a period of the 20 years that is the initial period of this accidental death policy. And it'll increase roughly 5% simple interest every year. So if you have a $100,000 option, as you can see, three different options we have there: 50, 75, and 100. But I always like to give the example of 100,000. If you were to have a $100,000 policy, after 10 years, you're going to have 150,000, pretty close to that. It's a little bit above, I believe. Some years it's above, some years it's below, that 5,000. But then at the end at the first day of the 20th year, it's 200,000. No additional premium necessary. It's the same premium regardless all the way through. And then it's also return of premium. So if a claim hasn't been filed, then they will get 20 annual premiums back. So that helps as well as a nice, attractive way to say it's there if you need it. But
so the ROP is automatically built in after 20 years, automatically, no cost. That's fantastic for an accidental death policy. To have that included.
Sure, absolutely. So definitely a thing to consider. We definitely have great whole life products, fantastic term lineup, but this is a nice supplemental, especially for those who aren't in great health condition, and a great lead for those who may be in a slightly more hazardous line of work. So one thing I do want to mention is that we do have eApp available for all of our products except for the provider whole life. So all 4 final expense, all 4 term, and the Protect Your ID are all available on eApp. They are given priority mainly just because it's kind of one of the first steps towards the point of sale underwriting and decisioning is that it's auto-populated into our system. So as you're putting in and the agent's putting in that information in the eApp, it's automatically being put into our system. It's like it's a data feed. So instead of having to have a human processor have to enter all that in, it just goes right on through to the underwriter. So saving some time. It's incredibly user friendly. If you're familiar with iGo, the iPipeline's eApp, that's what we use. So they've got everything worked out really well. They have plenty of experience. They know what they're doing, and they've built a fantastic platform. So we're trying to take advantage of that. Thankfully, we had this in place before the pandemic started, but we're trying. We've realized how vital the technological side of all this is, and we're trying to build everything. We've had certain pieces in place like the eApp, but with point of sale underwriting, that's going to be a big help in just getting everything moved to a modern and lean insurance company. Naturally, you can take these remote or in person. The electronic signature is obtained through click wrap process. I always say if you need a demonstration, eApps are fairly intuitive these days, but if you do need a demonstration, we do have several of, well, I shouldn't say several, but we do have one for each product that we have at the eApp locker room, or in the resources section. So definitely take a look at those if anybody needs a demonstration of how that works.
For the remote signatures, is that through email, I assume?
It
Email
is.
Okay.
Currently it is through email, but we are potentially looking at other options. Yes, for as we're doing the instant decisioning and all that stuff. That's we're definitely looking at that to add that.
Okay.
All things are on, I shouldn't say all things are on the table, but that is one thing that we've heard plenty of requests, and we're definitely reviewing that seriously.
Fantastic.
So yeah, absolutely. So just gonna go over our Winter Circle incentive trip. Always got to talk about the fun stuff. We know that you agent work very, very hard, and naturally we want to reward you for that hard work, especially with what's going on right now in the world. We've taken the stance of this year not to increase or move the threshold for our incentive trip back to where it was, because last year we reduced it just because of how hard it was at some times throughout the year to get business to get business in at different times. So when it comes to being able to write business, to be able to see clients, to be able to have, as I've mentioned, technology in place to be able to not see see your clients, even though you're not present. You are talking to them and meeting with them through video conferencing. So this is a way that we were trying to say, thank you for last year's hard work. Let's just keep it where it's at, so that if you want to take advantage of that, it's there for you. And we've had several agents really take advantage of that low threshold. We've had a number of qualifiers. That's an exciting thing. But enough of that. The destination for this year's incentive trip is Marbella, Spain. Qualifiers will stay 5 nights at the 5-star Kempinski Hotel Bahia. Awesome thing about Marbella is that it is very close to both Gibraltar and Morocco. So those are both places that you can check out. And if you're trying to get to, all 7 continents, you can check 2 off if you haven't been to Europe or Africa off really quick. So definitely something to consider. And
very nice.
Yeah, trip's going to be May 18th to 23rd of next year. So hopefully everything works out there. We are, let's say it is the 28th, so not too much time to take advantage of it. So I'm not even going to worry about it. But we did have a double credit promotion going on. So if you have any business that you were getting ready to submit to us, now's the time to get it in. So
but a lot of people could get 60,000 in this time frame.
Absolutely, it's definitely doable. So that is the Winter Circle incentive trip. That's where we're going to be going. So 60,000 definitely doable, and that's net annualized premium and net annualized commission. Just to clarify of what the qualification requirements. And then the project updates, you already know one, and the other you already know anyways, but I'm still going to provide some information about it. And the reason I say you already know about it anyways is that we just a couple days ago actually rolled out our new agent portal to the agent field. We rebuilt. We had an agent portal that was built in 2003, 2004, and kind of added tools to it, and it just didn't look great, even though it worked and offered a lot of information. It wasn't mobile friendly, and it wasn't going to work with it, to be able to offer instant decision, to be able to offer an easy platform to be able to check on the status of your business. So that has been rolled out. It's got a lot of really good information on there. you're able to track your business each step of the way, all the way through, where at the old agent portal, you may have some time in between what actually happens and it showing up on the website just because of delays of how it reports information. But this is almost real time. It's very easy to see if there are any outstanding requirements, which policy it is, and what we're looking for. We kind of took some cues from iPipeline's I Go eApp and some of their methodology of displaying, hey, you need to look here, and hey, this particular case has some problems. So we're trying to direct, everybody's eyes to, if there is anything that we need to help get business through faster. Improved metrics and reportings. And so a lot of information that was kind of in different places on the agent portal, now in a nice, concise place. The metrics, nice, modern, easy to use. And it's basically the foundation for the instant decision point of sale underwriting. Now that we have the agent portal, we're going to basically offer and just kind of take you through how we plan and how it's being built. We plan on taking our quick quote, our new quick quote, and being able to provide the opportunity to say, hey, the agent can say, hey, I want this particular product lineup, put in the demographic information just like you would in quick quote, and then it'll provide a premium range. So it would be, the lowest premium, which would be the premier, and then it would be the highest premium, which would be the guaranteed issue whole life. So it would give you a range. We don't really know what product they're going to qualify for. So we don't necessarily say, hey, you should quote them this or quote them this. We basically say, here's the premium range. Let's go ahead, and if that's okay, let's go ahead and look at the health questions and let's go ahead and apply. So they go through the application process, and almost like a TurboTax type of methodology on behind the scenes, where as they're answering questions, we're pulling underwriting information. So by the time it's done, they're over with, or the application's done, they're done completing, filling it out, excuse me. Then they'll be able to click submit, and it'll let them know within, a few seconds if they are approved for coverage or not, and then they can officially apply and secure premium and have everything wrapped up before even leaving the client's home. So it's going to speed things up dramatically. There's going to be, and I know this always brings a lot of smiles to faces, and the fact that those that are eligible for instant decision will no longer have to do the personal history interview. That's a big deal, because I know that's been a pain, and just complicates things. And I'll say it for what it is, and has for a while. So it's nice, for me personally, not to have to say, yeah, we require the personal history interview. Because I get that question maybe 100 times every place I go. Yeah. So it'll be nice not to have to answer that anymore. But good news is it's coming early next year. We're hoping first quarter of 2022, but it'll be first or second quarter of 2022. So it's right around the corner. So two very exciting things to help launch us forward, to provide better tools, to provide better products and better means of being able to offer coverage to your clients. So if anybody has questions, they can always reach us. Life Contact Center is usually the best way, 800-428-3001. That's our sales support team. So anybody that needs to have any questions answered, regardless of what it is, that's the best place to start. And then any other specific questions that come to marketing, the UHL marketing team, you can email us, or if you need to get a hold of me, my number is, and I'll just give you the direct number so you don't have to go through all the prompts. It's what I usually do. 317, I'll just give the number, 317-692-7187. So that's my number. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me.
Fantastic. Zach,
Yes.
thank you for sharing all that. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. I mean,
Sure.
you really captured pretty much everything.
Right.
So your is this a just-in-time contracting company? So can they do a paper app once they apply in order to get things rolling a little bit faster?
Yes, I mean, they can do that. There are situations where we do require the contract first.
Okay.
If there are pre-appointment states, but otherwise, you can, submit business with the contract. That's not a problem.
That's pending. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And if they were looking for a paper app, they could call that number, or they could get it from the email. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That with a lot of people contracting and trying to get everything kind of pushed through, and
Mhm.
we have a lot of agents that are coming on board that are using new carriers that never used UHL before.
Sure.
And there's a lot of options in terms of just-in-time contracting. They want to be able to do everything they can to submit business when they have it.
Sure.
So,
Of course.
I mean, you pretty much covered everything. I'm trying to think of anything else I can ask off the top of my head, but
That's much easier.
yeah, no. I think that having your guys, instant decision coming out the beginning of next year, that's a game changer. That's going to bring a lot of agents, especially for the whole life. I like when I can see a whole life plan that's express issue, that's instant decision, and it goes up to 150,000. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. If you sit down with the right people, that are looking for that much coverage, that makes a lot of sense. And it's just easier for the agents, easier for the client to be approved quicker. It's better than just getting like a 30,000 or a 35,000 or something like that.
Sure.
And because they want a little bit more, as long as they can medically qualify.
Right.
So no, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Any final parting shots for agents that are watching, that are coming on board, looking to write some business with UHL?
Sure. One thing that we as a company have been known for many years is our customer service. We've always been known as being a company with a lot of friendly employees, a lot of friendly people, helpful people to talk to. We've always been known as having good options when it comes to products and different coverage options for your clients. But one thing we hadn't been known for was our technology, and that the pandemic definitely taught us where we were strong and where we needed to learn a few things and we needed to improve. And we took that time, and it shows our commitment to you, the agent, that we're trying to do what we can to be not just nice, but to be your first choice. Things are only going to get better from here. So it's going to be it's been an exciting 2021. It's going to be an exciting 2022. So just stay tuned. It's going to be fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Zach, thank you so much for coming on board and taking the time to teach the agents a little bit about the products that they have access to. For those of you watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. If you got something out of this, if you got some value, if you were entertained, or if you just learned something, the fee is to share the content with somebody else that can get something out of it. Make sure you're liking the video.